The consciousness and the cosmos, a path to one's own inner cosmos. In assistance of the more profounding understanding of the current planetary transition.
A stimuli that accompanies the pilgrim in his return to his cosmic home. The Consciousness and the Cosmos, radio program of Uksim, Planetary Service Center. Hello dear listeners, my name is Arawinak.
My name is Jez.
We will be hosting the program.
Today's topic is Cosmic Dimensions and Levels, Cycles, Stages and Pulses.
En el cosmos existe una cantidad infinita de planos, niveles y dimensiones. Cuando decimos infinita es genuino porque el cosmos no tiene límites. Nosotros buscamos, por ser finitos, entender las cosas dentro de ciertos límites. El cosmos no tiene límites. Entonces, las condiciones de los planos, los niveles y las dimensiones son amplísimas e infinitas.
Daniel says, in the cosmos, there are an infinite number of plans, levels and dimensions. And when we say infinite, it is genuine, because the cosmos has no limits. We seek, because we are finite, to understand things within certain limits. So the conditions of the plans, levels and dimensions are vast and infinite. When we talk about other solar systems, we can be talking about systemic universes, which are under cosmic physical laws, under cosmic astral laws, under cosmic mental laws, cosmic intuitive laws and beyond. The limit is that they are absolutely unimaginable to us.
Cuando hablamos de otros sistemas solares, podemos estar hablando de universos sistémicos que están bajo leyes físico-cósmicas.
So, in the cosmic physical, which is the basic level of cosmic expression and experimentation, we find ourselves in solar systems that have similar characteristics, whether or not they have transcended the law of karma. Because a solar system might have transcended the law of karma in all or part of its components, but it may be functioning under cosmic physical laws, not etheric physical, the human body.
Cosmic physical is everything that can be defined as participating in sidereal life. What is cosmic sidereal life?
Bajo leyes astral cósmicas, bajo leyes mental cósmicas, intuitivo cósmicas y aún más allá. En límites que son absolutamente inimaginables para nosotros. Entonces,
the universe that can be weighed, measured and counted, that we can see with the satellite, like with a telescope or you can photograph it, means the physical etheric level. It is one thing. It is your body, physical etheric, but the cosmic physical is everything that composes the basic sidereal expansive phase of the cosmos. It means the cosmos that can be weighed, measured and counted, that has volume, that has matter of a certain degree. So when we speak of levels, of plans, of dimensions, we have to see which of those infinite levels we are talking about.
Daniel continues, if we are going to refer to the cosmic physical, that is to say, to what can be photographed, to our neighbourhood, then we have an immensely wide range, also infinite range of plans, levels and dimensions. Because the plans, as an example, we can or we have to see them horizontally composed of sublevels. Now the dimensions, so that we understand the relationship, are vertical. All that is plans and levels are horizontal. The dimensions are vertical. They are multiple, they are parallel. All the plans are crossed vertically by an infinite range of dimensions. We, for example, are here on planet Earth, in this solar system, participating in a dimensional aspect. We are polarized as egos in the physical etheric field, in the astral emotional field, and in the mental field as egos. In a dimension of this planet that traverses vertically and offers us a punctual dimensional experience.
So could Daniel explain what does the dimension do?
La dimensión en un planeta ajusta los requerimientos evolutivos según la etapa, en este caso de una humanidad o todo lo que compone la vida material y superficial del planeta. Ahora, en el futuro planetario, nosotros vamos a pasar a otro eje dimensional.
The dimension on a planet adjusts the evolutionary requirements according to the stage, in this case of a humanity and all that which composes the material and surface life of the planet. Now, in the planetary future, we are going to move to another dimensional axis that is going to be combined, depending on how we do or not combine linguistic or grammatical terms.
Some people say we are already in the fifth dimension. No, we are not in the fifth dimension. We are in the third. We are under the law of karma. We are polarized in the three dimensions. It is assumed that in the future we will be polarized in the fourth dimension, which in fact we are, because the fourth dimension is also defined as awakening and stable activity on an intuitive level. The three dimensions are physical, emotional, and mental. The fourth dimension is the awakening and the activity that dominates the previous three dimensions. It means intuitive awakening, but we are going to be within that process on a further advanced axis. Let us remember that the mind, the emotions, and the physical body today are governed by a dimensional parameter. In the planetary future, we will also have, transitorily, until we advance cycles and cycles, a physical etheric body, an astral emotional body, and a mental body. But it will not be of limitation and karmic connotation. It will be governed by the Higher Evolutionary Law, or the law of cycles. So the current dimensional axis for those three levels does not serve us.
What will be activated?
¿Qué es lo que se va a activar? Un eje paralelo de mayor elevación. Entonces, dependiendo cómo nosotros entendamos lo que son dimensiones, planos y niveles, es que podemos, configurar de alguna manera nuestra conciencia para avanzar en esa observación.
A parallel access of higher elevation, depending on how we understand what dimensions, plans, and levels are. We can somehow configure our consciousness to move forward in that observation. Each plan, each level, and each dimension is constituted and sustained by unique vibrational, magnetic, and energetic patterns. As much as a solar system is a generalized range in terms of patterns, levels, and dimensions, no solar system repeats or shares that same dimensional pattern of plans and dimensions.
Cada plano, cada nivel y cada dimensión está constituido, ¿sí?, y sostenido por patrones vibratorios, magnéticos y energéticos únicos. Por más que un sistema solar sea un rango generalizado en términos de patrones, niveles y dimensiones, ningún sistema solar repite o comparte ese mismo patrón dimensional de planos y dimensiones.
Plans, levels, and dimensions are unique. The same within a solar system, each vibrational, energetic, and magnetic characteristic that corresponds to each planet, different plans, levels, and dimensions are unique. They do not repeat themselves. There is no single solar system, no single planet, no matter if one of the cosmic physical level or any other level repeats its condition.
El cosmos está constituido por características, ¿sí?, únicas. Cada célula cósmica, cada campo de energía, cada nivel de conciencia es único. Por eso es que es necesario que la conciencia le hace el ser.
The cosmos is composed of unique characteristics. Each cosmic cell, each energy field, each level of consciousness is unique. That is why it is necessary for the consciousness of the self to migrate to where the evolutionary conditions are appropriate for its needs, in the expansive process of consciousness.
Entonces, nosotros creemos entender hoy, aproximadamente creemos entender el funcionamiento de la energía en términos de planos, niveles y dimensiones.
We think we understand today, or we think we roughly understand the workings of energy in terms of plans, levels, and dimensions, based on experiences we have here on the planet Earth. without knowing that there are conditions on plans, levels, and dimensions that will be absolutely unimaginable, that we would even believe to be science fiction, that are impossible to be true and impossible to provide evolutionary support for. So the best way to be guided subjectively, intuitively, to understand these realities is to be unconditionally open to the unknown.
que son imposibles de ser ciertas y de brindar un soporte evolutivo. Entonces, la mejor manera de poder ser guiados subjetivamente, intuitivamente a comprender estas realidades es estar abiertos incondicionalmente a lo inédito y a lo desconocido.
If we have an absolute unconditionality to the unprecedented and the unknown, then as we become more flexible and expanded, each one of us will receive information through channels that are not rational, that is, non-rational cognition, which will allow us to build a rapport in order to participate in planetary life, dispensing with so many taboos, so many preconceptions, so much prejudice, so many useless beliefs of all kinds, religious, cultural, metaphysical, philosophical, both vulgar and non-vulgar, conventional and non-conventional. At this stage, we have to be open to the unknown, with small pieces of information that serve as a reference, so that we can nurture flexibility and availability for the subjective and unknown, what we really need at that moment.
That brings us to the question, what is the difference between pulses, stages, and cycles?
Es la extensión de los rangos de la energía. Un ciclo es un rango de energía extenso. ¿Cuál es la condición del ciclo como rango de energía? Que un ciclo está compuesto por pulsos y por etapas que tienen un factor en común. Todo lo que excede a un ciclo antes del mismo, después del mismo, forma parte de otro ciclo, quiere decir, de un rango de extensión energética que va a tener otro patrón en común.
Daniel says it is the extension of energy ranges. A cycle is an extended energy range. The condition of the cycle as an energy range is that a cycle is composed of pulses and stages that have a common factor. Everything that exceeds a cycle before it and after it is part of another cycle. That is to say, of a range of energetic extension that will have another pattern in common. So, for example, where there are incarnational lots, which are a number of incarnations, which can be 2, 3, or 1,000, with a common conductive pattern. That is to say, there is a cycle of evolutionary necessity which contains, which harbours, which sustains in its manifestation a number of incarnations. For example, 50 incarnations, precisely because the inner life and the cosmic laws organise in that number of incarnations common factors, so that some aspects that have to be worked on in the context of the 50 incarnations are not interrupted under the law of synthesis.
And what happens? In order to organize even better the incarnational cycle, the incarnational or monadic group, there are stages where that common factor will be present in each stage. But each stage will have a different condition, despite the common pattern between all of them. And what do we mean by pulse?
Una etapa está por agotarse, un pulso marca el final y el inicio de la otra. Entonces, la energía tiene muchas formas de manifestarse. La mayor parte de esas formas de manifestación pasan desapercibidas para la mayor parte de la humanidad, incluso para aquellos que ya tienen algún grado de instrucción. ¿Por qué? Porque todavía arrastramos mucha dureza, callosidades, ¿sí?, de aspectos que no terminamos de ensayar correctamente, aunque nos dieron un grado de conocimiento de avance.
They are very dynamic imprints, very short in terms of extension, which serve as a stimulus to generate certain conditions at each stage or in each cycle. So they are extensions of the action of energy and of the laws, pulses, stages and cycles. And this is continually present in our lives, even if we are not aware of it. In our life, we suddenly receive a stimulus. It is a pulse. What is the difference in a pulse from what we call a pulse, which we usually associate with repetitive situations?
Pulses, like stages and cycles, are unique. They do not repeat themselves in condition, quality, or nuances. So suddenly a pulse is triggered to generate, for example, among other things, the difference or the end of one stage and the beginning of another. One stage is about to be exhausted, a pulse marks the end and the beginning of another. So the energy has many forms of manifestation. Most of those forms of manifestation go unnoticed by most of humanity, and even by those who have already some degree of instruction, because we still carry a lot of hardness of aspects that we did not finish rehearsing correctly, even though they gave us a degree of knowledge and advancement.
All the debts we have them as a result of our identification with the material world, with the formal world, if that is the only thing you can get into debt with. Let's transfer it to the world of money, to the monetary world. If you don't ask for a loan, you can't get into debt. It's the same thing. On a karmic level, if you work properly with the world of form, with the material world, with the three-dimensional world, you overcome stages. It is the same thing. Under certain conditions, there are not many ways to get into debt, but one above all others. Any other, apparently, in reality, is a variable of that one.